This Pentair Intelliflow pump, variable speed pump, stopped working. It's showing overcurrent error, and just to check the shaft is not seized, you opened up this with three screws like so, and then trying to spin it, it's not moving. So it looks like the bearings must be seized. So disconnected the power. I have a power over there, and I'm opening up to disconnect the wiring, and then I'm not gonna remove, I'm just gonna disconnect the motor portion and then take it inside to check on the bearing and replace it. So to start with, removing this, there are like 4 screws there, Phillips, and then disconnect the wiring. These are the wire connections. Mark the top one with some color, so when I put it back, I can put it back in location to load. I think 110, and then that's the neutral. And there is a grounding wire at the bottom that I need to disconnect. Disconnected the wires, and also the ground. Instead of opening this, I just opened it. That's how it's secured to the motor. It's just a small Phillips screw, and then these are 14 millimeter. I work on cars, so these are very easy to remove those bolts compared to what I have to deal with cars. So there are 14 millimeters, about I think 6 of them total, and then I'll use a pry bar to separate this, and then I can bring it inside to take a look. Let's take a look at how easy this is. I just had to put it 14 millimeter, and that turns without much effort. I'm not even applying any pressure. Let's look at the new one here. That's so simple. I was thinking this must be torqued pretty high, but not true. And I will check the gasket. If not, I might use a gasket maker to get a new gasket. Got the motor out. Came out pretty easily. And here's the O-ring, and I think this is the O-ring that goes on top of that right there. So they all seem to be in great shape. The O-ring is in good shape. This one still has life left, so I don't think I had to worry about that. So the motor is out, so I can bring it inside and disassemble and check the bearings. I ordered new bearings, I think Timken bearings from Amazon, so hopefully I can get this back in operation. The bearings, I got 2 of them, 2 different sizes. They're only like 40 bucks for 2 each, so I can have a spare, which may or may not be required. I may have to change this pump at some point in time. So let's take it inside and check it out. To get the impeller removed, there it is. And this is reverse threaded, so means turning anti-clockwise is actually tightening it, and they have to turn clockwise to remove it. As you can see, let's take a look. I'm turning it clockwise to unscrew. This is coming off. I think it's almost off. Silicon shroud is held by 2 hex bolts. It's I think 564. directly opposite there's another one, and that's it. It comes off. So they're small. Well, that's pretty long. Store it, and then let's go to the other side. It's right there. They're like snug. That one is off. And here's this out. I'll keep it here. The next step is to get this thing off. I need both the hands. I have to tap a couple of times with the flat screwdriver, and then since it's seized, I don't have to, otherwise you have to hold the fan in the rear to be able to spin it off, but this whole shaft is seized, so it's coming off pretty easily. There we go, that's done. And then now you can see, look, I have to, next step is to tap this off. Oh, well, I don't have to, just came off just like that. There, look at the mess. I think all the spiders and everything went through the bottom. So that's there. And then see, this is completely seized, it's not spinning at all. So let's see if there's anything wrong with the, there's a bearing here, and there is one on the back. I have both of them. So the next step is to remove the screws here, I think 4 of them, and then get this thing off, so that way we can access the inside and determine how the coils are. And this is the 3 HP motor. Here's a small rubber seal here, needs to go back in after we put the new bearing in. Bearings, one on the front and on the back, and this needs to be saved. Try to see if I can get a new one for this. We have come all this way, it's better to change it, but for now I'm gonna save this. The balls, there are 4 on this side, and then I think another 4. They're T25 Torx. Make sure you tap this in, otherwise you might strip it. So this one is already low, so remove the rest, and then should be able to take this and this off just with a little tapping. So the one on the fan side has a tapered washer, so make sure that goes in the right place when you put it back. So these are different, I think they are actually longer, so should be easy to figure it out. A couple of taps with the rubber mallet, it just dislodged from the thing, and then you just spin it off. A little bit more. And then onto the back. To get the motor to come out, now I have to tap it while spinning it. So I need both hands for this, so I'll be back. About 10 taps. Look at the back. The fan came off without breaking off. The rear cover is off. The front one is almost off. Now we are ready to take the motor out. Just to document, here's a small metal spring. Needs to go back when reassembling. So let's take a picture. Goes in like this, like so. And the bearing here seems to be okay, but I'm going to change it, and I have to check the front. The unit is out and the coil seems to be okay, and the bearings, they're not that bad, but I'm gonna change them anyway. So this one has a C-clip here, needs to be taken off before we can get the whole bearing and the shaft out of the race. And then this one has a C-clip at the bottom to prevent it from going down further, but it can be just pulled up. And then the new one, I can freeze it overnight and I should be able to pop it right back in, so that should be an issue. So that's what I'm gonna do, and reassemble and see what happens, because it was totally seized when I was trying to turn it, but then now seems to be okay. So we'll see. I'm gonna put in new bearings, put it back together and see if it works. Top bearing, just use the bearing puller to get it out. For the bottom one, there is a snap ring, and that needs to be taken off before we can push the bearing out of the race. So that's what I'm trying to do in both the hands. We'll be back. Got new snap ring pliers from Amazon called 2 League. Let's see if this one works. Almost got it out. Keep slipping. Not that easy. Finally succeeded in getting it out. You can see it's off. I can let it go. So that's the snap ring. This tool helped the other generic one I had. I think one from Harbor Freight and the other one, well, didn't really work. This one worked. So now I can go into getting the bearing out. Now I'm gonna use the bearing puller to pull the bearing out. Start up slow. Okay. Just made a quick workout there. The bearing came out. That wasn't that difficult. Okay, one down. There's a strong magnet here. This one is done. We'll go to the other side. And I have taken the snap ring. Let's take a closer look before I tap it out. There. You gotta take this rubber plug out. I'm gonna save this like so. And then tap, zoom out, and just gently. That's it. So it came up pretty easily from the race after I took the C-clamp off. And then the next step is to use the bearing puller to take it off. There are two different sizes. This is a little, the diameter of the inner is a little higher than the other one. Seems like they're both the same size. I couldn't tell. Let's take a picture. Now we are ready to get the other bearing out. Using the bearing puller, Start off slow. That's it. The impact does quick work. Now bearing is out. Let's look. Actually, that's right. This one is a little wider than the bearing at the front. Smaller diameter on this one. Goes like that. So this is how it comes down and sits inside the race. Inside the race here, goes down like that, and then the snap ring C-clip holds it in place on that side. All right. I'm gonna grab the new bearings. I'm gonna grab the new bearings I got from Amazon. I got the Timken one, and this is NSK. Here's the Timken bearing. The ZZ, they have stainless steel on both sides, rated for higher RPM and temperature, sealed. This is also sealed but has rubber, and this one has stainless steel side. So that's the 6304 matching this. It match. And then the other one is 6205. 6205. The larger inner diameter. Yeah, they both match perfectly. And time to put them on. So things just need to be tapped in. I'm just gonna tap it in. Maybe I should put it in the freezer. Might make it a lot easier to go. We'll see. I'll try to tap it in a little bit more and see if we can make it go. So to tap it in, now we can put the C-clip in. Closer look. I just need to push it in a little bit with a flat head screwdriver, and then it should be ready. Just tap a little bit. There. Now it is locked in place. As you can see, the C-clip is fully in its slot. So we're good there, and this is smooth. Definitely, it's a lot more smoother now. No noise. And the next step is to mount that rubber bushing back in place. like this. Then we can mount the other side of the bearing and then reassemble the motor. Now the rear bearing, so that's the place. I'm going to use this to tap it out. This is going to sit on the outer ray, so we should be okay to tap it in until it bottoms out at the C-clip. Yep, it's going in. Couple of more blows, should be good. There. And just to make sure, more. Yes. A little bit more. We are good. Right here, it's seated against the C-clip right there, so we're good. And let's spin this. It is smooth. So, I'm hoping that's it, and hope the motor works and nothing wrong with the circuit board, or no short there. If not, then I may have to think about getting a running pick clean. So the bubbles are gone. I'll just take a look at the pressure. It's the highest I have seen in years. Over there too.